It's like going to a concert but without the really tall guy in front of you. Kick it! Let's check out my concert DVD collection real quick. Let's look at my collection real quick. Of course, I have a lot of VHSs, but let's primarily look at the DVDs. I have lots of AC/DC, AFI. Got the classic Alice in Chains Unplugged, Alkaline Trio, Archers of Loaf. Berlin, I love Berlin. There's an early Berlin one that just has a few songs. 87. This other Berlin one's really kind of cheesy. It's like they rented out a studio room and had a crowd in there. I don't know. Local stuff. Bowie, the Cars. Cars is a great one. Cheap Trick. Lots of great Cheap Trick stuff. Coheed Cambria. Dead Kennedys, that is a great one. Hardcore Devo Live, a recent tour. Dio Dokken, Face to Face. Iron Maiden, of course, has tons of great. The classic Live After Death. That is a great one, of course. And of course, the whole, what was it, Flight 666. Here's Flight 666. I don't really have like concerts, although it's got a lot of concert scenes. I have that more with my documentaries. But anyway, I digress. Jesus Lizard, one of the best live bands you'll ever see or saw. They're pretty much done now. Elton John, that's a great one. Some Journey stuff. Judas Priest, Electric Eye, that's a good one. Of course, the Three Kiss. Ologies, a lot of great concert footage in that. Paul Stanley, Led Zeppelin, Ozzy. The Public Enemy one's really good. The Police, I'm kicking myself for not seeing that reunion tour there. Some ones for Queen. Quiet Riot, that's Paul Shortino on vocals there. Ramones, Rancid, few from Rise Against, few Rolling Stones, Smiths, Billy Squier, Live in the Dark. That is such a great album, and glad to have that concert footage. Styx, have some Thin Lizzy, Tesla, Zebra, and I have some more. Rush, of course, always release great concert videos there, and other stuff. All right, let's get into my top 10. Yeah, so I have tons of stuff on VHS that I've transferred to DVD. Some will, some won't. A lot of the 80s VHS, I don't know what it was like. It was like, hey, new technology. And there were a lot of quick cuts and a lot of stupid, where the screen would come floating in. A lot of bad graphics and stuff. So it's hard to find a good concert video sometimes from that 80s era. But anyway, I got my top 10 DVD concerts. Pretty much all these are concerts from bands, not documentaries, so to speak, but like concert, film, top 10 DVDs. Who owns DVDs anymore? This guy does. Number 10, the Sex Pistols. They'll always be in England. This was filmed not in their reunion tour in the mid-90s, but rather their 30th anniversary of their one and only record. Talk about most influential band with just one damn record. Never mind Bullocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. Filmed in 2007, of course, that record celebrating its 30-year anniversary. They filmed it in England, and John Lydon and the boys were just top form. No Sid Vicious. We didn't need a Sid Vicious. Glenn was the way better musician, and it's not like this stuff is like, you know, tentacle music anyway, but something about this, it's a great concert, a little over an hour long. Of course, they blazed through the album, some other songs they learned, and a great, just fun time with the Sex Pistols. You know, we've all seen the footage of, you know, the San Francisco show, I think, when they come through here in the U.S. and that quick tour they did before they just imploded. And it's fun and stuff, but this is just more fun. And of course, the quality is a lot cooler, and I'm trapped, and it's just a lot. So you haven't seen it, and if you're fans of the Sex Pistols, you have to see it. Sex Pistols number 10, they'll always be in England. Number 9, might surprise some of you. I remember when we had On TV, it was for HBO. People had like an On TV hot box, which was an illegal little box you put on your TV to get cable television. And in the early 80s, they would show this a lot. It was a Simon and Garfunkle 1981 concert filmed in Central Park in front of about 500,000 happy New Yorkers there. And it's pretty much all their hits, and it's them in 81. Top of the game kind of a thing. People didn't think they were going to get back together, and then they did. Played a hell of a concert. It's great. It just, you know, there's a lot of feel-good songs. It's a lot of good emotional songs. It's Simon and Garfunkel in New York. Number 8, Queen on Fire. This came out in the early 2000s, but it was filmed on their Hot Space tour in 1982. Filmed in England. Queen has a lot of great concert videos. I mean, Freddie Mercury, amazing singer. They're great production, great songs, a deep catalog to pull from. The reason why I went with Queen on Fire is pretty much the set list. It has a lot of their, they were still doing a lot of their earlier stuff, you might say. So it didn't have like Radio Gaga and stuff like that. It was pre that. So I really like the set list here with, Under Pressure, Dragon Attack, Now I'm Here, Staying Power, The Hero, Flash, Get Down, Make Love. Of course they do Bohemian Rhapsody, Tie Your Mother Down, Sure Heart Attack. So good stuff. That's my favorite Queen concert video. Number 7, filmed in 1980. Of course, they're touring off their first 3 albums. Freedom of Choice had just come out. Devo Live 1980. This is great, like I said. Pulling songs from just the first 3 albums of theirs, the most important albums of theirs, if you ask me. And, everything from Pink Pussycat to their covers of Rolling Stones, I Can't Get No Satisfaction. Of course, it has, Whip It, Girl You Want, all the stuff from Freedom of Choice. But, yeah. Devo Live 1980. What a great concert DVD. Number 6, a band that I'm kicking myself I never saw their reunion tour. Of course, The Police, Synchronicity concert. This would be it for them. After Synchronicity, of course, no more. They would take a year or 2 to kind of explore options and then decide, we're just not going to be a band. But anyway, the Synchronicity concert, I believe, filmed in Georgia over 2 nights in November of '83. It came out shortly after. MTV used to play this all the time. Just great stuff. I mean, it's the Police entire career catalog, all the important stuff in one concert. All 3 boys are wearing some crazy 80s outfits. But, the crowd is just insane. Synchronicity was, I would think their most popular tour. It was just crazy stuff. Early Police is so good too. But, yeah, this is a great one. Synchronicity concert from Police. Number 5, filmed in March 1981 from Montreal. They were touring on their 8th record, Moving Pictures. What band in '81 is touring on their 8th record? Of course, Rush, very prolific band. I love all their concert videos. I love Show of Hands. It was hard to pick just one from Rush, but I went with this one just because it's got Limelight, The Trees, Tom Sawyer, overplayed, obviously, but here, the song is only a few months old into the tour, so it's Rush. Red Barchetta, Xanadu, Free Will, just great stuff from Rush, early Rush. Great. Exit Stage Left on DVD. Number 4, Cheap Trick at Budokan. Came out in 2008, this version did. Of course, Budokan was April 1978 in Japan. Man, this is great. Friday, April 28th, they just played a hell of a show there. It's in Japan, so that's why when he's introing I Want You to Want Me, he goes, I want you to want me. He's going it slow so you don't understand the words and the language, but that's great stuff. Cheap Trick's one of my favorite bands, and this is just powerful. Such a great rock band. If you don't own this, what are you thinking? You gotta go get it. Cheap Trick at Budokan. All these DVDs I'm showing you are obtainable, easy, cheap price, eBay, garage sale, yard sale. You'll see stuff. People are unloading their DVDs right now, so great time to get them. And great, this is a great concert footage. I've already said Rush with 81. Who else was firing at all cylinders on 81? Of course, Journey. Their Houston show was kind of at the end of their first leg of the tour. The tour then, this album was such a hit, they just expanded the tour and came around again all cities. Like, for instance, when they came here in Chicago, I think played one night, and then after that album just kept going with hit after hit. I think they came back and played like 3 or 4 nights. It was crazy. But this is from the Houston, touring off their 7th record, Escape, Journey, live in 1981. When I think of the 80s, you think of the early 80s usually when you think of the 80s, and this personifies the early 80s. Journey, you couldn't escape them. They were on every radio station. All the girls were talking about Steve Perry, and so this takes me right back to when I was, we used to go to campgrounds a lot in the summer, and they'd have an arcade, and I'd play arcade games, listen to Journey and Foreigner on the jukebox there. So that's a great concert, and they're really, Steve Perry's voice is amazing there. So yeah, Houston, 1981 from Journey Escape Tour. That was number 3. Number 2, we're getting to the great concert films. These are just glimpses of bands. I knew my friend's older brother saw Led Zeppelin and said they were kind of sloppy, hit or miss live sometimes. This wasn't their greatest show ever captured for sure. but it was the one from Madison Square Garden, 1973, that became the infamous and famous and all kinds of myths. The song remains the same. Now, this is obviously more than a concert video. It's got their little short stories. I love the one with Robert Plant. The song fits the whole mood. It's going up to the castle with the sword to save the beautiful blonde. That's what a cinematic history there. It's good stuff. There's just really cool clips throughout. But the main juice of the whole video, obviously, is the concert from Madison Square Garden. You get glimpses of Peter Grant in there. It's just legendary stuff. 1973. Song remains the same. Saw it as the midnight movie umpteen times. Just a great, I mean, everyone watches this video has probably seen this, so that's why it's number 2 for me. Just iconic. What could be number 1? Well, let me show you a ticket stub here. I went, it was in and out of the movie theaters in the U.S. here from 1980 to 1982-ish. When I went to see it, I think it was coming around again. They were treating it like a concert. They sold Jersey t-shirts, which I had one for a long time. They brought a full stack amps to help with the sound. I remember as a kid, I ran up to the amps. I'm like, oh, these are taller than me. It was just so loud. It was a midnight movie. It was an afternoon movie. I think I went in the afternoon with some of my friends. And it was just powerful. One of my favorite bands as a kid growing up. I love the early stuff way more than the later stuff, as a lot of people do. But Let There Be Rock from AC/DC with the great Bon Scott, filmed December 1979 in Paris. Of course, we would lose him about 2 months later. This has all the big songs from all the Bon Scott era AC/DC albums. It's got little snippets here and there, but just like Led Zeppelin, the main part of the movie is the concert footage. Like I said, 1979 from Paris, France. Great concert. Let There Be Rock from AC/DC. This is the tin limited edition of like a million. Limited edition 48199 of 90,000. Only 90,000 made. And these sit on eBay all the time, so you can get one. AC/DC, of course, has, like you saw, a lot of concert footage, but to me, nothing's going to beat this. And that's why it's number 1 on my list. AC/DC, Let There Be Rock. Alright, let me know in the comments below what concert DVDs you'd like to watch. And as always, thanks for watching.